All right, good morning, evening, and afternoon. I'm Elrock617. Today I'm going to be showcasing a arcade title that was ported over the last few years through a source called Arcade's Archive. This is the game Vigilante, developed by Irem as a spiritual successor to the Kung Fu series. Today I've been playing on the PS4 version, though I also do own it on the Switch. Either one is perfectly playable for a marathon setting, as they're both on what's deemed original hardware, even though it's probably an emulated copy. But yeah, I'm playing this on PS4 using a PS4 pad. Also have the option of playing on Switch using either Pro Controller or Fight Stick. Today, I want to show this game off because, to be honest, I just really enjoy this game. I learned it around Christmas time last year, and after watching quite a few other arcade titles before it, I just really started to enjoy the game, watching 1cc's of it, picking up some speed strats, things like that. Game's really enjoyable. It has a lot of memes. Let's go ahead and, this is me just out of the button settings, so we're going to do a quick reset. This is a pre-recorded video that I finished right before this. As you can see, the buttons do delineate there to PlayStation 4 settings, looking like buttons, you know, X and circle and etc. Quick shot of the title screen. Cool little intro theme here. And we'll go ahead and pop in our credit. This game's really short, only has 5 stages, all of which are completely linear side-scrollers, and I'm also going to narrate. The skinheads have taken Madonna hostage. Take the law into your own hands. So there we have our story. Our girlfriend's been kidnapped, and we need to go get her back. Very similar to other beat-em-ups like Double Dragon, but this one's not a belt scroller. Primary combat we're going to see at first is going to be the leg sweep. Really good move. For these guys on the wife beaters, they only take 1 hit to get killed from anything. Nunchuck's also really good. If we do a crouch nunchuck hit, we can cancel right in the middle to keep moving, so that's very viable as a speed strat. The guys in the gray, while we do have to concern ourselves with them, they do require more health to kill, so if they're chasing us from the left, they're not going to be a concern. Gonna get rid of this guy. We're gonna come up to our only quick kill on a boss in the entire game. For some reason, doing a low nunchuck hit puts him into a juggled stagger state, so we then kick him to knock him down, and then we do low nunchuck hit again to keep him in a permanent stagger state, so we can just keep low kicking him until he dies. The van is carrying Madonna to their turf. The junkyard. This game is so 80s. I will admit, for this run in particular, this stage was not particularly good. I did have some really bad RNG. Particularly this guy right here is the only bad spawn that is like probably the worst spawn you can get there. As you can see, I got hit twice. We lost nunchucks, but that's not the worst. We will be able to reobtain them. Cool thing about this stage is that outside of guys wearing sleeveless shirts, you don't have to interact with anybody. These guys are just going to chase you from the left like autograph hounds. Any of the guys in the green pants, though, we have to ward them off. They're going to aggressively approach us. Here's where the bad RNG really started. For the boss, you have to be able to kill both enemies, even though they share a health bar. The most efficient way to do so is to just park yourself right here in front of the van and have them jump at you like this. The reason the luck was bad is because what you're wanting out of this fight is for them to do what I refer to as a double jump, where they both jump at you. If they both jump at you simultaneously and you pin them into the corner with this juggle strat here, you get to do double damage because you're hitting both of them. Remember, they share a life bar, and hitting them both at the same time does reduce it by twice. But up until, I think, one of the very last cycles, they just kept giving me single jumps, so this certainly wasn't ideal. Tend to check the in-game timer at the top to see just how well I'm doing in terms of time. I think the fastest I've ever seen this performed is with the in-game timer at 55. My fastest is like a 53. The one with the 55 that I've witnessed requires a strat that I can't seem to nail down just yet. I will most likely be working on it, but most of the time this works pretty well, and it's really good for donation time. Here's also where some bad luck came in. They finally gave me a double jump, knocked down the first guy, and then the second guy had iframes and he got to get away from me to waste more time. So yeah, not a good boss fight, but we can have better luck than that. This was also one of the only real pot marks on this particular run, so not really unhappy with it. Not too, anyway. The van is heading for the bridge. Her time is running out. Oh no! So the bridge is something of an execution-heavy stage. There's a couple of things we have to monitor. One is these motorcycles. Any motorcycles that come from the left, we have to kill them. Here you're gonna see a motorcycle come from the right, and actually let that one hit me because it's faster, instead of having to jump because that knocks me all the way back. Plus they despawn, so we don't have to deal with it. The only downside to it is that we lose nunchucks and we get to get those back right away. It's just a guaranteed time save. Pretty simple stage from here until the boss. The motorcycles are the big gatekeeper there. So this guy's really funny. We're gonna dodge the spiked ball that he throws at us, and then we're just gonna pin him up against the van and keep doing throat kicks. Now, this is random. As long as your kicks have good timing, he's gonna do one of two things. He's either gonna take the hit, or he's gonna block. It's about a coin flip for whichever one he does. The important thing is to make sure that he doesn't get out of this loop. If any of your kicks are mistimed, what he can do is that he can jump over you and try to get away, which does drain time, and we have to switch to a different strat. Not optimal, but here I actually had really good on-point execution on my kicks, and it worked out really, really well. We just got to keep him pinned there, and he couldn't get away. Good fight. Definitely made up for stage 2. Love this ending theme. You still have not rescued her. The skinheads are heading downtown. I think it's to some factory of some kind. Lumber yard. There's the van as we've been chasing. So this stage is one of the harder stages in the game. There's a lot of RNG to it, but really it just comes down to enemy management. This game is just, this stage is just gonna throw so many enemies at you that you just always have to deal with them. The other thing to note about this stage is that this is also where we're going to be losing nunchucks. Like, it's intentional for me to lose nunchucks here. So actually wait and take the hit. Didn't intend to take that much damage, but I'm glad I didn't take a death nonetheless. Here's the reason why we don't want nunchucks. Nunchucks on bosses do half the damage of those punches or of any kicks that you can do. And for King Hippo here, as I've been affectionately calling him, you have to, when you reach up to try to get him off the platform, you have to punch him. You can't actually kick him. So if you have nunchucks there, it's going to take twice as long. It takes 14 hits from nunchucks as opposed to 7 from punches. So definitely optimal to be able to get to this point. And then once he's down here, we just do the monkey see, monkey do strat, where we just loop him into low kicks. He's going to do the same for us. Really sweating that I wasn't going to take a hit here. I still wanted this to remain deathless. Now, unfortunately, there is a glitch here that I would love to be able to show off, but that glitch was removed in the home ports of this game. You can still play it. You can still find the glitch if you have the PCB of this game or if you're playing on emulator. What happens is you just walk all the way back to the left from that ending point and you board the elevator without actually getting on the elevator. It's really funny. There's a similar glitch at the end of stage 5. Got some frames back there for the end of the stage. Haven't taken all that damage. Now they're on your turf. This is your last chance to save Madonna. And that last chance we're going to take. So the start of this stage worked out pretty well for me at first. Just got to make sure you keep these guys from being able to climb up. They can also grab you from their prone position. Like if I walked up to that guy before trying to sweep him, he would actually be able to grab my foot and just basically keep me there. Don't want that. Did get a bit of bad luck here. The guy with the gun showing up on the ground like that is random. Normally he's up on that balcony and he waits until right before he reaches the boss to try to shoot you, but didn't get good luck there. So this boss is where all good paces go to die. It's a fairly simple boss fight in terms of structure, but unfortunately the randomness of it does make it a challenge, especially if you're trying to like set a PB, for example. So what happens is when he taunts us, we have to walk up to him, walk away immediately when he tries to kick, and then walk back up, and then we get a random number of hits. Sometimes you get 0 hits. Like sometimes he'll just do the pattern. Took a hit there, unfortunately. That turn is really, really tight. Sometimes you do that and you don't get any hits out of it. Sometimes you get an astronomical number of hits. I have had runs where I got 27 hits on him in a row. There's just nothing you can do to manipulate the number of hits, just manipulate him. That was a good number. I think that was 10 hits in a row there. But still, like from 0 to 10 to 27, this boss fight is just all about dice rolls. But it's just a fun ending to it. Plus you get all these great billboards in the back. Like best of game maker and the best of entertainer. Like I love like little flavorful stuff like that. Last fight has begun, indeed it has. And unfortunately, I mentioned before there's a glitch there that we're not going to be able to utilize, but we still rescued Madonna, and it was a good run, got a low 8. My PB in this game is a 728, featuring one of the glitches, so I know I can lower it, but can't lower it without a good final boss. That's how it operates. Get this great little ending credit sequence. Way to go, dude! You saved Madonna! Law and order failed, but the Vigilante prevailed. Yeah. This game is awesome. The Vigilante rules the city. Gonna do a little initial entering here. Hope y'all don't mind. Anyway, yeah, I've been running this game for almost a year now, and I very much enjoy it. Gonna go ahead and pause it right there to see point register score. As mentioned, that was the PS4 version. Also, would not be hesitant to switch over to the Switch version if need be. They're both essentially the same, coming from the same resource and third-party developer and whatnot. But that is Vigilante. I don't recall the last time I've seen a Kung Fu game in a GDQ event, but this one's really fun, and I hope it's up for consideration. Estimate looks to be about under 10 minutes. I can get sub 8 with some good luck, but 8XX is pretty common. So, yeah, hope y'all enjoyed that. It's a classic. It's dripping with 80s lore and just good retro feels. And hope y'all enjoyed. Take care and have a great rest of your day.